And I'll keep this short. As you said, some of you have been here before, some of you new, welcome. And there's a lot of new news, a lot of new product information, some good demos we have to share with you this afternoon. I'll briefly go through the agenda. Sune, co-founder, CTO, will be looking at the Open Fabric virtualization architecture, as well as some of the demos, then going into distributed services. We have a customer coming in as an example of our application environment, Siva from Appcedo. You may have heard of them, a successful startup in the Valley. Then we go into wireless LAN identity management, and then finally, Alessandro, head of PLM, will be talking about NetVisor go-to-market and use cases. So keeping it short, a little bit of an update on the company. You may have noticed about a week and a half ago, we announced a Series D funding round. Now the best funded SDN startup, about 95 million. A new investor to the table, Temasek, the Singapore Sovereign Wealth Fund, will really help in bringing our investment up to the next level and also traction in Asia Pac. We also announced two strategic investors, Ericsson and Newtek, which is a data center operator in China. And we continue to grow our customer base, both through direct sales and through our OEM relationships, including TIBCO. We look at the evolution of the network as a programmable fabric. And what we mean by that is you look at the abstraction of the underlying merchant silicon and the SDN applications that run on top of it. It really needs a network hypervisor, and that's where our NetVisor falls in. Uniquely fusing together storage, switching, and compute with the network virtualization. And you're going to hear a lot more of that over the next 2 hours. NetVisor addresses some concerns that are top of mind for CIOs, not only in the financial sector, not only in the Fortune 100, but the Fortune 5000 as well, regarding openness, scale, interoperability, and visibility. The network requires a fundamentally new type of platform and a fundamentally new way of looking at the infrastructure. And what we're getting at is the old way where you're constantly upgrading line cards and you're beholden to, a certain vendor's chassis architecture. That's not going to work anymore. And one reason being that the really velocity of new protocols, the velocity of new network architectures that are coming into place sort of makes that model fall by the wayside. And you hear talk of white boxes and bright boxes. You hear talk of disaggregation. It all falls into place where you need a more programmable and extensible network infrastructure. And this is what SDN is really designed to accomplish. Not just a northbound interface, not just something that involves a single centralized controller, but a new highly programmable network paradigm that relies on a network hypervisor, the NetVisor. It drives innovation cycles. It allows you to abstract generations of merchant silicon, either some of the products that we've brought to market on our own or deploying NetVisor onto third-party platforms such as Supermicro and others, as well as the fusion of the server, the compute, and the switching. And this is really the key piece of intellectual property, the ability to drive the control plane performance, to control the network infrastructure, and to create a platform not only is programmable, but virtualizable, drives analytics, and drives third-party software development. There's a parallel in history, and that's with the smartphone. If you look back 8, 9 years where you carried a whole pocket full of gadgets, lots of times you maybe bought them at Radio Shack, but not anymore, it was really converged into Android and iPhone platforms. And in essence, the smartphone is a converged networking platform. It combines storage, it combines compute, it combines the networking and cloud capabilities with a powerful operating system. And this is the parallel that we draw in the networking space, where with an SDN platform, with a programmable network architecture, you no longer have to have separate virtualization platforms, separate visibility fabrics, separate virtualization overlays, separate switching underlays. You can combine that into an integrated and converged network infrastructure. And that's what we're going to show you this afternoon. So I handed out some stickers. This was part of some of our launch 2 weeks ago as well. But we see SDN is not just, interfaces, not just merchant silicon, not just hardware platforms, but really a focus on the applications and what CIOs are going to be able to do with their next generation network infrastructures. So with that